Okay, let's jump right into this explainer. Today, we're unpacking a journey that feels incredibly familiar to so many of us. Picture this, right? A young creator is sitting in a tiny, cramped bedroom. It's late at night, and the only light in the room is this faint glow coming from an old, beat-up laptop screen. They've got their phone in hand, a look of pure determination on their face, and they've just hit publish on their very first upload. The journey has officially begun.
And then you hit the reality of day one, 0 subscribers. Now, this isn't just a 0, it's really a blank slate. When that first upload goes live into the silence of the night, there is absolutely no crowd cheering you on. It's just you, an adrenaline rush, and a whole lot of hope. And you've got to remember that every single massive channel you watch today, every top creator you follow, literally all of them, started at this exact same number. It's totally intimidating for sure, but honestly, it's also completely liberating. Then you wake up the next morning and, well, here's the humbling reality. Just 3 views. And let's be real here, looking at the stats, one of those views is probably you testing the link, the second one is definitely your mom, and the third is that one supportive friend you texted. It's a tough pill to swallow, but listen, this is not a failure. It's the absolute critical baseline for the struggle that's about to unfold. This right here, this is the starting line. Which brings us to phase 1, the daily grind.
So you commit. You make videos every single day. You refuse to give up. And slowly, very, very slowly, the analytics actually start to respond. First, you hit 100 subscribers. Then, after what feels like a lifetime of relentless effort, you finally cross that 1,000 subscriber mark. That's a huge deal, because that's where monetization unlocks and you get this real, tangible validation. Next up is the 10,000 subscriber milestone. And notice, this is not overnight magic. You're gradually building trust with the algorithm. You're finally figuring out your click-through rate, and you're actually seeing those audience retention graphs start to climb.
But man, this is where the real hustle kicks in. Behind all those nice, clean milestones is a totally exhausting and, frankly, unglamorous reality. We're talking whiteboards covered in rejected ideas. We're talking constantly refreshing your studio app at 3 in the morning. Desks overflowing with empty coffee cups, and that absolute soul-crushing frustration when your editing software just unexpectedly crashes on you. It is a continuous, relentless string of sleepless nights where you are constantly experimenting, failing, and learning.
But right in the middle of those sleepless nights, when you're completely drained, one question always creeps into your mind. When is that viral moment gonna happen? Like, you're trusting the process, you're putting in the work, but human nature being what it is, when your daily viewers are only going up by 2s and 3s, you can't help but wonder when you're finally going to get that one big break.
And that leads us to section 2, the viral tipping point.
Because then, out of nowhere, everything flips. You upload a short, maybe it's one you spent Ds on, or actually maybe it was just a quick 10-minute experiment, and it catches the algorithm. Suddenly, it goes completely viral. I mean, the numbers are just skyrocketing. Your channel rockets straight to 100,000 subscribers. The algorithm is aggressively pushing your content, and before you can even blink, you're passing 500,000. And then you hit the holy grail, 1 million subscribers. The growth is so explosive, it literally feels like watching a slot machine hit the jackpot.
And those digital numbers, they suddenly turn into physical rewards. First, you get that heavy metallic gleam of the silver play button. But the growth is moving so fast that practically right after, you're unboxing the massive gold play button right next to it. The contrast between that dark, cramped bedroom where it all started and these shining real-world awards, it is just completely surreal.
And then we get to the ultimate triumph. That young creator, they aren't in that tiny bedroom anymore. They are standing right smack in the middle of the bright, flashing neon lights of Times Square. They've got that exact same old phone in their hand that they started with, and they're just looking down at it, smiling in total disbelief. The journey literally brought them from a quiet little corner of their house straight to the center of the world. Which brings us to our final takeaway: consistency over luck. As we wrap up this explainer, remember that this whole concept is inspired by real creator journeys. Success comes from consistency, not luck. That viral hit, it wasn't magic. It definitely wasn't luck. It was the direct result of 100 failed uploads, thousands of hours of editing, and just relentless experimentation. Making content constantly, consistency, is the one real, quantifiable common factor for massive growth. So I'll leave you with this. If consistency is the actual algorithm for success, what are you willing to be relentless about today?